Today's lineup is Adrian in goal, Nico Williams, right back, Rise Williams, right center back, Virgil van Dijk, left center back, Tsimikas, left back, Grujic, holding midfielder, Curtis Jones, right midfield, Shaqiri, left midfield, right forward, Harvey Elliott, center forward, Origi, left forward, Minamino.
In today's match, Liverpool came out in their usual 4-3-3, but shortly into the match, it was clear that Minamino was given the flexibility to roam anywhere from the left side to the central to the right. And in doing so, they would switch. The two forwards, Harvey Elliott and both Origi, would be the ones who would be given the task of staying high, whereas Minamino could float down in to connect with Shaqiri on the left side, or float into the center to pick up balls in between the pocket, as well as slide over and connect with Curtis Jones on the right side. Although he started out as the forward, he really was trying to be the playmaker in between the lines. And as he would begin to float, Harvey Elliott would move in between the left back and the left center back. Origi would move between the right back and the right center back. These two tasks was keeping the back line deep, allowing the three midfielders to float. What we would see with Shaqiri is he would drop into the gap to allow Tsimikas to move forward, and he would be our key to break the width on the right side of Lincoln's midfield five. Whereas on the right side over here, what we would see was that Curtis Jones would drop deep as the ball was being switched over. We would look for Harvey Elliott to be dropping into the gap, which often and not, which was a key pattern, was their fullback would bite on the pass to the inside. We'd be playing the ball in, he'd be setting it back into Curtis Jones, and while that ball was being set back, Nico Williams would be timing his run to get over the space in behind. This ball would be played in, and more often than not, we would break that line because it was the task of the wide midfielder of Lincoln to track Nico Williams. Either the communication between the two wasn't good enough, or he was caught ball watching, and by that time, we could play a ball in the air and over if there was enough space. If there wasn't enough space, we could slide it in between. And again, that's how we broke the midfield five for Lincoln. One of the keys to getting our fullbacks to move forward in possession is either by having our holding midfielder drop into this gap as the ball gets played across, and then that allows for cover and we don't have to worry about the counter-attacking behind. Or, as the ball gets switched out, if our holding midfielder was already over here, we'd be seeing this holding midfielder, in this instance Curtis Jones, dropping in, again covering this space, allowing him to push on. But in the second half, being up 4-0, then 5-0, and then 5-1, we were too adventurous going forward and left this space in behind, which was the reason why Lincoln was more threatening in the second half, because we were almost too careless with our positioning. We didn't allow our holding midfielders or one of our other midfielders to drop in and make sure that when we were playing through this space, we had adequate cover in behind. Potential ways to do that are center backs can slide and we can drop in, can stay central, midfielders can drop, and that still allows us to provide width. And if we do lose this ball in the moment of playing higher up the pitch, we still have sufficient counter space in behind.
Liverpool's next match, September 28th, home to Arsenal.